I got a bug spray that smells bad this time, so I think this one will work well. We're at Shades Mill. The water level's really high this time. Like, we got a bit of rain not too long ago and the water level's risen more than I thought. I thought it would have gone down already. But it's pretty high, so that's cool. Things might look a bit different. The new camera is the Kodak Retina IA. Pretty sure I'm saying that right. I got a roll of Hector 100 to put in it. And we're gonna start at Shades this week. You know, classic, start at Shades with a 35mm. Sound familiar? Bit of a different one though. This is gonna be a lot more technical than the point and shoot, which is exciting. I realized that I need a strap for it. I was gonna use my R6 strap so I don't have to put it away and I can carry the vlog and the camera at the same time. But the strap hoops are so little, and I've seen some people put like a key ring in it first, which looks like a great idea, but I don't have any of those, so we're going strapless today. That might make things time consuming. Let's put some film in this thing. Okay, there we have it, locked and loaded. Okay, so some details about this camera. It's a 50mm lens with a max aperture of f3.5 to f16. So it's got a shutter speed, fastest is 5/100ths of a second. Not bad for a 50s camera, I feel like. That's alright. I don't really know how to use it. I've watched like a couple of videos on it. She's ready to go at the moment to take her first shot. It's a cool like little fold out style camera. I'm hoping there is no light leaks or anything and she's all good. You can see the aperture control is just down here, right there. Everything's like a little tight, and then my shutter speed is here on this little wheel here, which is quite cool. Focus, that's this little guy here. Cool. It's a rangefinder, so a little mirrorless camera, which I've never used before besides the point and shoots, but they have autofocus, so I've never used this with a manual focus application. For the first photo of this, I think we're going to go up this trail and to where I took this photo, and I'm going to have a look at that. The day today is like a nice bright summer sunny day, no clouds in the sky, so like sunny 16 type of day, you know what I mean? Just depends on like what the aperture I want to use though, if I want to use sunny 16. The idea of sunny 16 I really like, but I don't know if it's for every camera, but I know that once you go like above, I think it's like f8 or f10 depending on the lens. I can't remember the name of it, but it's when the light starts to like bend through the hole and you can actually like lose sharpness on the photo. So I don't know if I really want to go to f16 at all today. So I have an app on my phone that's a light meter, and I don't know why I set the camera up here. I just thought it was a nice frame, but I'm like standing on the edge of a thing. Let me come a little closer. I got a light meter app on my phone, which I've used before, and that works really well. So we're just gonna keep using that today. It'll be fun. It'll be a technical little thing. Anyway, enough talking. Let's go do it. Okay, so we're made it to this photo. Now I'm sure some of you remember it from episode 1 with this tree and this little cove with the lake here. It's a really pretty photo. It'll be too tight for a 50mm though, but I thought the path, last time I thought the path just ended here, because there's some houses up here, and so I didn't go any further. But what I didn't know is the path doesn't end here. I didn't know that because I didn't go any further. So we can always venture down that. But what I do like as a possible first frame, also, let me just talk about this ginormous mess that I've brought along. Completely regret it. My Manfrotto tripod. Way too big, way too heavy. I have my little Gorilla Pod. I don't know why I didn't just stick to that. But this frame here, a little hard to see on the 16mm. We have this pathway that goes along down here, and then the overhanging tree of the water. And I think with the 50mm, that'll be quite a nice tight shot. Okay, so right in the pocket, which is sweet. This frame feels good, at least for the first shot, you know what I mean? Just left my bag here. So we're gonna fold that out. We got a light meter. I did not think about that. So we're at ISO 100. So this is what it looks like when I use the light meter on my phone, right? It like takes a photo of the spot and gives me the settings that I need to use, right? So but what I really want is the water and the tree to be exposed nicely. So I think we'll go f8 because I want the majority of this in focus, and it'll give me wiggle room with my, because it's a rangefinder, it'll give me wiggle room with the focus, because I need to like, how do I figure that out? There's a bit of guesswork, like how far away that is. I feel like I should have it down because I've been using manual focus lenses, vintage lenses on this camera for so long. And I do a lot of guesswork with that, but this is a bit different. ISO 100 at f8. Let's see what we get. My app is telling me the general shot is 1/30th of a second, and then the water it wants 150, and then the tree it wants 160, and I'd like to overexpose just a smidge. So I think I'm gonna go like well, let's have a look. I don't even know actually. What can we go? 150. We're gonna go 1/50th of a second on here, and we're gonna focus at it's further than 10 meters, so I think we're just gonna tap it onto the max I can go is 10 meters before infinity. So I'm gonna go between 10 and infinity and just see what that does. This is interesting. Now 1/50th of a second is pretty slow. Slow enough for me to not want to handhold it, at least. So I'm gonna chuck it on the tripod and get this frame. Okay, that is set to 1/50th of a second at f8. We are going to take the first photo. And there it is. I think I could have handheld that, but you know, it's hard. That's the first photo taken on the Kodak. That's pretty exciting, and my first photo ever on Ektar as well. So it's all pretty exciting. Because of the type of day it is today, it's really busy over at Shades in the main area. So I don't think I'm going to go over there. I think I'm going to go up this trail a little bit and see where that leads, and maybe get 1 or 2 more photos before we move on to whatever else we're doing in the week. Okay, so I think I found my next photo here. which is this tree has fallen into the water here, and it's just got this vine kind of wrapped into it a bit, and I just really like how the patchy sun is over this vine. Okay, so at f3.5 ISO 100, it's thinking for the leaf to be properly exposed, it's thinking 1/60th of a second. So let's see what we got here. Oh, come on, come on. I don't know if that's going to be in focus and exposed correctly. I did 100th of a second at f4. I did 1.3 meters focus. I think that would be pretty accurate. It was longer, it was further than a meter, but not a meter and a half, I don't think. So we will see. Let's see what else we can find. So I just continued walking up that path, and I found this section of path where it seems to, it like dips down and up and over, and with this tree in the center here marking the corner of the path, and then spotted light coming through the leaves from above. I think this is really cool, and I'd like to get this on the R6 as well, on a 35mm. I think I'm just gonna get this photo on here, not the film camera. Yep, let's switch. So I was just walking back, and I've just gotten to the spot where we started the video and loaded the film, and I saw this photo because I was walking from this way. I saw the photo as I was walking through, and I took it on this camera that you just saw, but I'd like to take it on this as well. Now I took that on my Ricoh. There is a squirrel above me dropping a lot of things. I took that photo on the R6 with my Ricoh, vintage Ricoh lens. I took that at f8 at 1/160th of a second. Now on this I can do 100ths of a second or 250. So I'm gonna meter, see what we get. I feel like this metering technique is probably not the best, but I know it's worked before, so I'm okay with that. That's saying 180, so I think we're pretty safe to do 100ths of a second. Though that doesn't add up with Sunny 16, because if it was Sunny 16 at 100 ISO, I would put that to 100th of a second at 16, f16. And I'm at f8, and it is direct sun. What do you guys reckon? Do I just do Sunny 16 for this photo and try that? Or is it going to be severely underexposed? Let's try it. So we got f16, 100th of a second, ISO 100. Let's give it a shot. Now framing this might be tricky because it was quite hard to frame with the R6. Remembering that my view is up here, taking it. I keep getting shit falling on me. Stop it. Okay, well that's taken. That was at Sunny 16, so That'll be interesting. We'll see what that looks like. Now that I think about it, it's bright, but it's not actually that bright, because I just remembered I don't have an ND on this camera, and I don't need one to film out there. I can just use the aperture without anything drastic. So it's nowhere near as bright as day 1 of episode 1 here. So maybe Sunny 16 isn't right. I don't know why it's not as bright, because I can't see a cloud in the sky, but it's not. So actually, that's not true. I've just realized like half of the sky is a cloud and I can't tell because of the glare. Okay, I'm gonna take that one again at the settings I took it on this camera and just see, then we can compare once we get the roll back. For anyone curious too, my focus is in just at infinity for this photo. That was at f8, 100th of a second, infinity focus. Let's see what that looks like when we get our negatives back. Okay, well, I think that'll do for film photos for the moment. I'm going to switch this over to the Ricoh 50mm and take a few more photos, do a bit more photo walking, allow me to put this massive tripod away and get more photos. So we're going to do that. Alright, got pretty nice amount of photos I think for shades, just a short little shades journey. Got to load a roll into the Kodak and get that going, so that's exciting to have that for the week, because we got some exciting things happening this week that you won't see until next week, but it's happening, hopefully. I think we're just gonna call it there at shades and continue on. Alright, we're at Bushlands Park. Some of you may remember this place. This is a pretty large area. There's a lot to be looked at here. Last time I came here, I said that I didn't really like it, and I didn't really think much of it. But when I got home and looked at the photos that I took, that changed. I really loved the photos, and I instantly wanted to go back to take more. Half direct Sunday, it's like spotty clouds moving over. So on and off direct sun, pretty great. 100 ISO should be fine. I actually think the first photo I'll take is right here, and it's looking this way. There's a little headland of the trees kind of come out into the lake and overhang a little bit, and the clouds behind it are really nice. So I think I'm just going to do Sunny 16 of that and see how we go. At infinity focus. brought this massive thing along again. I already regret it. You're gonna find me on my phone looking at travel tripods mid-photos. I've just found this small path, like off the main path, and I was just kind of curious on where it went, so just like shades, I've started to walk down some random path that's very overgrown. The cloud cover's getting a bit heavier now, so it's getting a bit darker, which is alright. It's just means I might need to put the little camera on a tripod. What the fuck? Look at this. That is wild. Oh man, I'm getting attacked by mosquitoes. Run. Just all of a sudden. That's how you know it's the good stuff. Okay, I would like to take this photo here, but it is very dark. So we're gonna have to use the tripod and meter well, I think. This path here is a mountain bike trail that comes through here. So while I have the tripod set up in the center of it, I hope no one comes through. That'd be annoying. See how we go. Hey, how's it going? Good. There you go.
Don't touch the camera! This way, Billy, come.
This is going to be a long photo because I don't want to really do f3 because I don't want my focus to be I don't want my focus range to be tight just in case I don't get in focus. I'd like to do it like f5.6. At f5.6 it seems like around half a second. I kind of want this to be portrait. That's going to be interesting. Not only do I need to invest in a travel tripod, I need to invest in a ball head tripod. That's something I've been avoiding for like 3 years because Manfrotto ball heads are really expensive, and I always knew I was going to get a different tripod, so I didn't want to get a Manfrotto ball head and then get a different tripod, you know what I mean? Even though most of the time the heads are interchangeable, depending on the thread, but you know what I mean. This is going to be strange. I think it'll be a good shot if it works out. This camera really doesn't like being on a tripod. So I'm going to set the focus to 10 meters. I think that's okay. Go for that. I gotta press the shutter because I don't have a cable. I gotta press it really, really gently. That was a long shutter. That's gonna be shaky. There's no chance that worked. I don't know which way to go. See the ginormous tripod and think, man, he's probably crazy for taking a tripod like that around. I shouldn't go near him. Yeah, right. I've just walked into Birdhouse Alley. Some of you might remember that from episode 2. It's quite dark in here. We've got a lot of cloud cover and a lot of tree cover, so it's going to be a fairly long photo on the Kodak. shaky for sure, because I'm hand pressing it. We'll find out. Back out in the sun. The sun's out at the moment, but it's patchy clouds, so it'll probably go away in a bit. This is the spot I was most looking forward to coming here. It's just like super open, patchy flowers set around the place. I just think it's cool. Now, I don't know if Sunny 16 would work very well here, and I prefer to overexpose a little bit than underexpose, so I think if I use Sunny 16 right now, it would overexpose. I know there's other like versions of Sunny 16, or like ways you can change it a little bit to make up for like a bit cloudy. I just don't remember because I haven't used it for a long time. So we're gonna go to f8. F8 and do a meter. See what we get. Okay, I'd like to take a photo of this tree here with foreground kind of guiding the eye, the top of these flowers guiding the eye into the tree. But I want the tree to be correctly exposed. So I almost want to go meter over close at the tree to see what exposure what exposure the tree wants, and then just take that photo from here and see what that turns out. Maybe I'll take 2 photos and I'll meter from here as well, and we can compare. That actually would be really interesting and helpful for future photos. It's really bright at the moment, like it's glary. Sun is completely out, so we're gonna make this quick. 1/300th of a second at f8. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a serious tick check when I get back. That was pretty intense. I think we're okay. Okay, so that one at around 1/100th of a second at f8. 250. It's a nice middle ground. Focus to infinity, f8. I hope that one's cool. I hope that works. I think that'll be a cool photo if that's nicely exposed. 19 photos left. Doing good. Lots of light left. Plenty of light left. Doesn't get dark till like 9 o'clock here, and it's only 3:30. Another photo is just straight down this path here. Maybe a little lower set. I think the same settings are going to be good for that, to be honest. But maybe not infinity focus. I might set it to like 10. Yeah, it's not anything special, but it just feels like it would be nice on film. So I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna take it at Sunny 16 because it's fucking bright right now. It is direct sun, direct. At infinity, 1/100th of a second at f16. Beautiful work, beautiful work. My experience with this camera has been pretty fun so far. It's a groovy little camera. This is my first ever time using a rangefinder. The other cameras I've used, besides an autofocus rangefinder, which doesn't count. The only other cameras I've used is my Minolta X300, which I loved. The mirror broke on that, and I did try to get it repaired, but it was too expensive. It cost more than what the camera was worth to get it repaired, so I didn't do it. But and besides that, medium format, I used my friend's medium format camera, which was a Mamiya 645, and this camera, hey, how's it going? Medium format is by far the most fun film photography I've ever done. That was amazing. Not just fun, but like I don't know, I can't remember the exact amount of photos you get on the 645, right? But like you're gonna get medium format, you're gonna get like 10 to 15 photos on your roll of film, and the roll's pretty expensive depending on the roll you get, and then you got to get it developed. It's time consuming. The process of taking photos on a medium format camera is amazing. This is the best feeling ever I've had in photography. And ideally, like I said, I've been looking for a film camera lately, and I just happened to find this, which is great. It's a fun little experience, and it was $18, so fuck yeah. So, but what I've been looking for is a medium format camera. I've been trying to find a Pentax 6.7, or I am leaning into a Mamiya 645. I just want a 6.7, you know, because it's a 6.7, and I just want it. It's fucking awesome. But the Mamiya 645 was an amazing camera when I used my friends, and I really enjoyed using that. I'm pretty sure I used that. We did it twice, and I can't remember. It was either that or his RB 6.7. I can't remember now. I could be giving you guys all lies, false information. I used one of those too. So as much as I'm enjoying using this at the moment, I'm not enjoying it as, like, for the process of what's involved with metering and everything that's involved with film photography. I love film photography, but it's not really for me unless it's medium format, because 35mm is fun and like range finding's fun and that, but I just don't enjoy it as much as digital, especially filming at the same time. Filming film photography and digital at the same time is really time consuming. It takes the walks, it extends the time of the walk a lot. Well, I've been walking for a little bit now. I have walked like way in the back of Pushlands. Turns out there's some pretty epic mountain bike trails here, like actually some jumps and some bends and shit that, like, out here it's a bit hillier, which is cool. The trails are cool. They're super thin, but they're really cool. But anyway, so I decided to walk out here because there is this little set of lakes. You can see there two little lakes pretty close to me. Obviously I'm the blue dot. They're actually just down here, which is a bit of a hill, right? And so I was like, okay, I'll go out to there. It looked like the pathways went to it, but when I got to here and the pathways, I've just walked around it, I could not get even close to it, right? The bush is like super thick, no chance of getting close to it at all. So I walked pretty far with no success. I went to a cafe for a little bit, which is out front of Pushlands Park. In between, I didn't film anything of it. I was really thirsty and I was out of water, so I went to get it filled up, and I got a coffee and that. And I was there for a while because I was kind of killing time, because I'd like the light to change a bit, which it has. And then the people there were just also extremely lovely and extremely talkative. So I was just happy as just chatting with them the whole time. It was really nice. It's called Little Lake Market. Really nice. I don't know what to do. I can't get to the places that I want to go to on Google Maps without doing some serious bush bashing, and I'm just not in the mood to do that, or in the clothes to do it. So I think I'm going to walk back to the area that we kind of started in, but now the light is quite different and is continuing to change. So okay, I'm not sure how well you can see me at the moment because of the backlighting, but back at this lake, the reflection coming off the ripple, there's like a zephyr going through the middle, and with the sun angle at the moment, the glare hitting the lens, I think is going to be beautiful. Because these little cameras, they always have so much character in the bokeh. I don't know what you call it. I don't know if you call it a bokeh. The shape of light sources in the lens, they always are unique on there. I'm going to do Sunny 16, and for two reasons. Because I want to expose it at Sunny 16, right? Because it's kind of hard to meter, and I'm staring directly into direct light, so Sunny 16 should work fine. But the second reason is because I want that aperture to be really, really little. And I want that because then I'm going to get probably the most amount of character out of the bokeh shape and the glare. And I'm just going to focus maybe, I think infinity, it's a lot further away than 10 meters, but I'm worried about infinity being a little, so I might just back off infinity a little bit and try that. I'm going to go f16, 1/100th of a second, a little bit backed off infinity. Okay. I gotta be quick. The sun's just gone behind a cloud and it's gone really dark suddenly, but it's created this gorgeous reflection on the water. I gotta capture it real quick, but I have to meter because it's gone much darker. I was taking a photo of the cloud in the reflection there. Yeah. So I think we're going to call it here at Bushlands Park and head home. It's been quite fun. It's been a lot of walking. It's been a fun place. The light right now is really nice. So I think the last few photos that I got will be quite pretty. And if I see any on my way out, I'll for sure take them. So I got dropped off here. So it's about time I called actually to get picked up. Alright, so we're all finished with the Kodak Retina. I thought you guys might want to see me wind it up and open her up. I'm a bit nervous. I'm just hoping like the rewind, whatever it's called, works properly. So I don't just open it up and all my film's just chilling. That would be sad. Alright, well we got the film back and it looks like the camera works perfectly fine, which is awesome. Like, I can't see any artifacts, definitely no light leaking. It looks really good. But what really doesn't look good is my amateur focus pulling using this rangefinder for the first time, or any rangefinder for the first time. So there's many out of focus or not properly aligned composition wise photos, but that's alright. The ones that worked look really good. I'm really happy with them. Thanks everybody for watching me struggle with this rangefinder. If you have experience with them and have some tips and tricks, please leave them in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, that's all for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.